And live from the Scheinfeld Center Innovator Studio at Santa Barbara City College. Welcome to the 12th annual Scheinfeld New Venture Challenge. My name is Julie Sampson. I'm director of the Scheinfeld Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at SBCC. And thank you for joining us here to support student entrepreneurs who are sharing their best business ideas in pursuit of over $15,000 in cash and startup support today. The finalists presenting today were selected by independent judges based on their business plans, and now they will present their 8-minute pitch to a panel of esteemed judges who will determine first, second, and third place winners. This competition welcomes college and high school students from any academic discipline throughout Santa Barbara County. This year, at the collegiate level, all 8 finalists are from Santa Barbara City College. What unites them is their passion and determination to bring their venture to life, and the Scheinfeld Center is here to support them every step of the way. Our community and regional services start at the high school level through dual enrollment and these entrepreneurship competitions like the New Venture Challenge, and it extends all the way to supporting established business owners in growing their business and developing a better Santa Barbara County economy for all through our new economic growth accelerator that is launching this year, opening to Santa Barbara County business owners. So please check the link in the description. There's more about that. That is a collaboration with SCORE and the SBCC Foundation. But of course, we could not do any of this without the support of everyone at SBCC and our partners and sponsors, and more than 50 business mentors every year who work with our students. And we want to say thank you to everyone. And a great example of this support is our panel of esteemed judges who I'd like to introduce right now. First of all, the extended bios for each of the judges is provided in the description below the video. And so go ahead and read up because they are amazing, accomplished entrepreneurs and investors. But here, let me briefly introduce Carlos ADAME. He's CEO and co-founder of Piñata Farms and a venture partner at Sinai Ventures. Pam Tanasi is co-founder of WorkZones, and Tony Winter is Chief Technology Officer at QAD. Judges, thank you so much for joining us. I think we're in for a great competition. And with that, we are on a tight agenda. So let's go ahead and as the high school competition follows right after the collegiate competition, each finalist is going to present their 8-minute pitch, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A by the judges where they ask clarifying questions to help understand the pitch and the founder better. 2 minutes usually gives each judge 1 question, so we ask that the judges work equitably to share the Q&A time. The judges will proceed to a 20-minute deliberation in Zoom breakout room where we will continue the live stream going. And then the judges and all finalists will reconvene in Zoom, and the judges will announce the awards and provide a bit of feedback to the winners. As we proceed, we encourage viewers, all of you, to cast your vote for your favorite finalists on the Instagram post that we have linked in the sidebar on our webpage and in the video description on YouTube. You know, go to their Instagram posts and give them some positive encouragement and support because they are putting it on the line today. And we always hear from our entrepreneurs that the thing that they want most from our community is support and encouragement, knowing that you are in their corner and backing them up. There's also the YouTube live chat going. And so please put your encouragement and support there as well. They'll be tuning into that. And to each and every one of our finalists, we wish you success today. While there's only 3 teams that are going to place, just by the virtue of you being here today and getting to this point, you can hold that in esteem in your entrepreneurial development. And because of you, all of us are going to go home richer in the entrepreneurial spirit today. And we thank you for that. So with that, we are going to let our first finalist into the room. And joining us is Tasha Martinez of Purrs and Pastries.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today, judges. My name is Tasha Martinez and my business is Purrs and Pastries, a cat cafe and bakery that will be located in Goleta near Isla Vista. So the problem that we are addressing is that about 24% of the population identify as cat lovers, but only about 4% of college housing allow pets in campus housing. So that leaves a lot of students that wish that they had a place to spend time with cats. Our solution is Purrs and Pastries. This is a space for college students and Goleta locals to come in and spend time with cats in an area that's relaxing and inviting. We will also have coffee, cat-themed pastries and merchandise, and obviously cats. We plan to partner with ASAP Cat Shelter, a local shelter, to provide the cats for our cafe, and we'll be the only business around that offers all these products under one business. So you may be thinking, I don't know about having animals and food in one business. Well, here are a few images to help you visualize my concept. As you can see, the cat lounge area and the cafe are completely separated from where the area is made and produced, where the food is. And you can also see inside the cat area, there'll be some fun, cozy places to sit down, as well as some fun cat structures for the cats to climb around and play in. Our target market is 18 to 24-year-old college students that live in Isla Vista. They have some disposable income and they probably have a family pet back home. They also currently frequent cafes right now. Primary research showed that about 84% of local college cat lovers can't find any good options to spend time with cats currently. So allow me to walk you through what a customer will experience when they come into our cafe. So first they'll walk in the front door, they'll see the front counter where there'll be pastries for sale, as well as coffee, some cat themed merchandise off to the side, and then a big bay window that looks into the cat lounge. They'll also see seating both inside the cat lounge and in the cafe area. So they'll come up and make their purchases. And then if they purchase entry into the cat lounge area, they'll enter through this double door system. They'll take off their shoes and coat here. And this is also here to ensure that no cats can escape out into the cafe area. Next, they'll enter the cat lounge and get to explore the area and find some cats, and then finally just find a good spot to sit down and relax and enjoy the atmosphere. But it is important to note that a customer is more than welcome to come in and just get pastries and coffee and hang out into the cafe and not come into the cat lounge area. For manufacturing production, we plan to use get our food from a wholesale company and produce it into baked goods to be sold in the store right there. As you can see, there are some cat-themed pastries as well, such as a little marshmallow cat floating in your coffee. And for the cats, we will transport them from ASAP to Purrs and Pastries, and then they will be acclimated in the cat lounge and then allowed to roam free. And any adoptions that happen will be processed through ASAP. For our opportunity, the cafe, bakery, and pet care service industries total about $17.6 billion in the US. However, our total available market is about $6.5 million, which accounts for the cat-related portion of those industries in Santa Barbara County. Our serviceable available market is about $2.2 million, which accounts for the cities near where we will be located. And our obtainable market is about $200,000 for our first year. For competitive analysis, our primary competitor is Cat Therapy, the only other cat cafe in the area. They're located down on State Street. However, they're not in a good area to be available to the Isla Vista students, and they don't have pastries or coffee. For the others, there's Dune Coffee and Anna's Bakery. However, obviously they don't have cats. So between proximity, price, efficiency, and having cats, Purrs and Pastries is the only business that will supply all of these needs to our target market. For IP and legal, I don't need to address patents as that doesn't apply to my business. However, I plan to trademark and copyright our name and logo. We will keep our customer list as a trade secret, and liability and regulatory issues will be addressed in a number of ways, such as obtaining a business license, an LLC registration, as well as forming a consent waiver in order to enter in the cat lounge. Our one-year sales goal is just under 30,000 units and 200,000 in revenue. We need a little over 2,000 returning customers in order to obtain this goal. Our go-to-market plan begins now until May of next year, and we hope to obtain at least 500 early adopters before we launch. We will reach these through our contacts at ASAP, as well as through social media outreach to the Isla Vista students. We plan to open in June of next year, and from June to August is phase 2, where we'll reach out to tourists and local businesses. Tourists will be reached through ads on places like Groupon, Expedia, and Airbnb. And local businesses will be reached by going right into the store and inviting them to come over and check us out with exclusive deals offered just for them. Phase 3 is from September through December, after the students return to school, and we will market primarily to the Isla Vista students. We will reach out to them through social media on ads such as on places like Facebook and Instagram, as well as through word of mouth marketing, photo contests on social media, and student discounts. For our timeline, we have already planned to partner with ASAP. I've taken a number of entrepreneurship classes, and my primary market research has already shown at least 150 people showing positive interest in a cat cafe near Isla Vista. We plan to rent and begin renovations on a venue in March of next year, and our goal official launch date is in June of next year. As you can see, I've done my one-year financial projection, but let me get down to some more key numbers. Our price, cost of goods sold, and profit margins are listed below for our 5 primary revenue streams: merchandise, pastries, coffee, monthly subscriptions, and cat lounge admission. As you can see, the monthly subscriptions and cat lounge admission have the highest profit margins listed. And if you'd like to know about what kind of special events we may offer, please ask me about it in the question and answer time. Our break-even point is projected to be reached in March of 2024, which is 10 months into operations. Our revenue is projected to be $196,000. That minus our expenses leaves us with a net profit of just over $7,000 for our first year. Startup costs total around $150,000, and the biggest of these costs coming from the remodeling of the venue, as well as costs to cover until we reach our break-even point. Funding sources also total $150,000 and primarily come from my own personal savings. Once I'm done with this business and ready to move on, I plan to hire a business broker and sell to an individual. For our team, we have myself, the founder, who plans to hire employees as needed and get operations up and running. And then Becky Morris, our shelter liaison at ASAP Cats, as well as a number of other advisors with a variety of specialties to help our business be a success. So why should you invest in Purrs and Pastries? This is going to be the only business around that offers pastries, coffee, and cats all under one business. We are going to have unique cat-themed pastries that you can't get anywhere else. The cat cafe market is still trending, and the founder is very invested in making this business happen. Given all of these things combined, our business is sure to be a success. Thank you very much for your time. I welcome your questions.
Thank you, Tasha. Judges, your questions.
A quick question from me. This is Tony. Are you expecting people when they come in, especially if they go into the lounge, that they're only there for a certain amount of time, or do you have any worries about them kind of lodging for the day or anything like that? Or doesn't it matter within your cost model?
Yeah, absolutely. So the cat lounge admission is for 50 minutes, and it will start at the top of each hour. So at like 11 o'clock, it'll be that group of people. They come in from 11 to 11:50, and then there's 10 minutes of downtime to get people out and back in for a new group. The monthly subscriptions, however, will allow for unlimited access during the weekdays when the time is lower. So if people want to pay more, then they can come in and stay for however long they want, as long as there's available space.
Hi, this is Pam. Quick question about the physical space that you're looking to rent. Do you have a space that you're looking at, and have you entered into any lease negotiations?
Because I'm not planning to open until next June, I haven't gotten that far. However, I have been in talks with Brian Johnson of the Radius Real Estate Group, and he's given me some information on some properties that kind of fit near what I'm looking at to give me an idea, and then I'll be in contact with him more closer to the time. Yeah.
For the cats that you get from ASAP, do those have to be delivered back to ASAP at the end of each day, or does the supply of cats stay more permanent at your venue?
Yeah, so they're going to stay, we're going to basically function as a foster home for a large group of cats. So when they come over to us, they'll stay with us until they get adopted, or if there are any kind of medical issues, ASAP is still going to be responsible for caring for and treating any kind of issues that come up, and they'll be transported back to ASAP for anything like that.
I want to start off by explaining who I am. This is me. My parents escaped civil war in El Salvador when they were in their early 20s, and they were pretty young and they didn't know each other, but they came to the US and they created me here. As you can see, I was a very serious child, and I didn't learn much about money management. We didn't have much money growing up, and so there wasn't much money to manage. It would just come in and go out. And so this is also me. After I became obsessed with learning about financial literacy so that I could, for one, help my family, and for two, travel the world. And now I want to teach others to do the same. Although millennial women are the closest to any other generation to closing the wage gap, they still trail men by at least 10% in financial literacy. And we want to solve that. So how? Fix Finance teaches financial literacy through a gamified experience. We put an emphasis on short-term and long-term travel goals so that it is a concrete goal for people within a tailored story format. We utilize gamification and online community to make financial literacy, which is usually a dry and difficult topic, fun, interactive, and inclusive. We teach the 3 pillars of financial literacy, which are earning, saving, and investing. Fix Finance is built for millennial women who are living in expensive cities like this one, like Santa Barbara, who are first generation middle class. So they generally don't know how to manage money like I didn't. And they want to travel and pursue passions, but they feel stuck and they feel like they can't do that because they need to keep up with bills. And what makes this generation of women different is that they no longer feel that retirement at age 65 is guaranteed. They feel that they are in a career ultra marathon to catch up financially because of high housing costs, student loans, rising inflation, back-to-back recessions. So they're a bit in a state of fear, and they want to live in the here and now and not thinking about their financial future. I surveyed 14 millennial women and found that 78% are actively looking for some kind of financial education, and all of them are eager to try my product. Fix Finance is going to break down barriers when it comes to learning financial literacy. Users begin by subscribing for free financial quizzes and videos, and then go on to get a monthly membership that gives them access to digital content, forums, webinars, videos, and a community of women that are all on the same journey with them. There are also workbooks based on the 3 pillars, earning, saving, and investing, which can be used on their own or as supplements to the program. All content has a company watercolor artwork, which is completed by me. So how does it work? Users follow an avatar storyline based on their unique combined risk tolerance and current level of financial literacy. As they advance, they earn travel badges and track progress toward real concrete travel goals. 57% of women I surveyed love this story format and making the goals more concrete. One user commented how she felt shamed that she didn't know about financial literacy, but that my concept made her feel safe. Members are encouraged to keep consistent progress through leaderboards, street counters, and challenges. It is a great time for Fix Finance. Financial advice and e-learning industries are growing rapidly due to the current situations in the world. They are projected to keep growing at 7% and 30% respectively. A favorable market means there are competitors. So there is a blog/course website called Her First 100K, a financial planning and community called Caire, a learning platform called Zogo, and a robo-advising and learning tool called Elvis. From my research and interviews with millennial women, I found that they want solutions that are visually appealing, affordable, fun to do, include community, and are not time consuming. My competitors are not meeting those needs, and Fix Finance would. In terms of legal and IP, We have done our homework and are covered to stay legally compliant, especially in terms of liability. My go-to-market strategy includes 3 phases. Phase 1 is focused on organic growth through in-person and online marketing and networking, as well as gaining feedback from early adopters and referrals, as well as testimonials from these early adopters. Phase 2 is focused on building content marketing channels through social media, videos, and a website blog. We'll also be expanding our affiliate program in this phase. Finally, around a year from now, when we are projected to have 100 active memberships, we will add paid marketing and influencer marketing, where we will partner with other women in the finance space. Fix Finance has completed many milestones to date. We have fine-tuned our solution, outlined our workbooks, validated with early adopters, completed the first workbook, purchased domains, and started building the website. Now let's talk numbers. We have completed our 1-year forecast, which we will break down. We define 1 unit as 1 monthly subscription of content, and costs include web development and management and maintenance, as well as my personal labor in creating content and artwork. For year 1, we're projected to have revenue of $76,121, with expenses totaling $32,000, which brings us to net profit of $44,140. Break even on cost to produce 1 unit, which is 1 monthly subscription, happens when 85 customers pay the $8 per month membership. After that, each additional customer generates a profit. Startup costs are just under $6,000, and we will be covered through self-funding and through hopefully winning the new venture competition. This next one is a bit of a joke, but it's only funny because it's true. But I have been working on most parts of the business to start. I have personally worked in product and user experience for 6 years, and I'm self-taught in painting, design, and also ice skating. I earned $100,000 in assets in my early 20s, and I'm living out my dreams through this mid-year career sabbatical. I want to help others do the same. But I have started thinking about hiring and have spoken to a potential web developer and community manager. Financial literacy is an embedded issue for millennial women, and Fix Finance closes this gap in a unique, fun way. Fix Finance is not just a great business opportunity, but a calling to give back and change lives. Thank you. I welcome your questions.
So my question was going to be around, is a plan to keep it web only, or is there also an application component?
So I do want to do an application next, probably not for the initial launch, because like I mentioned, I don't have a web developer at the moment. I'm talking to one, but when I prove that the concept is received well and I can get some revenue going, I do plan on building an app.
Excellent. And on the source of the content, so there's a lot of content that you're going to need for here, and specialist content around financial guidance. Where do you see that source coming from?
So from my own personal experience, I love reading and listening to podcasts, and I'm just a huge nerd. So that's how I came to learn a lot of the financial concepts that I came to learn. And basically I want to curate that content to package it in a financial literacy that makes it easy to learn. And there's a lot, when I was learning, there was a lot of concepts that were just kind of overly difficult when they shouldn't be. So I want to break that down and make it more easy to learn.
Thank you.
So I had a quick question about the travel goal. I just wanted to see if I'm understanding correctly, that does each person come up with the amount of money that they would need to save in order to do a travel trip that they would like to do? Or is it just in general, that's the gamification part, that you would be earning these badges to go on this like pretend vacation?
Yeah, so it's a bit of both. So in the concept of Fix Finance, you are going through and you're reaching milestones that you want to for travel goals, and you could use that money you earn, you save, you invest to go on that trip, or you could just use that as motivation in terms of like gamification. I'm earning this, and now I can get this as a reward in real life.
If we have time for one more question. So you mentioned earning, saving, and investment. As you're talking kind of to your market and potential users, is there one of those subjects that you think is particularly more effective at hooking people to kind of get up and running and start?
Definitely investing. Whenever I talk to millennial women, they all of them mentioned that investing was just a black hole, and they mentioned that they didn't feel as though they were investors, and they felt very intimidated by investing. So I would definitely put that would be one of my focuses, on making that more accessible to women, so that they understand everyone should be an investor, even if you don't feel that you are labeled as an investor.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for having me here. My name is Ian Cairns, and I'm the founder of Caire Snacks. We manufacture plant-based snacks that contribute to human and planetary wellness, primarily targeted towards Gen Z females. The problem: 68% of Gen Z believe that a well-balanced diet is critical to their health and wellness, and 74% of this population snack between meals and want more natural foods. The solution is Caire Snacks. We manufacture plant-based snacks. Think a puffed Cheeto, but healthy and with a purpose. We use ingredients like peas, carrot pulp, herbs, and spices, and bake them into a high-protein, high-fiber snack. Combine this with our trust-building commitment of fact-based education, communicating the link between food and holistic health, transparency and sustainable sourcing and production, and that for every snack bag sold, we donate a meal to somebody in need. This is a feel-good snack for the people, and one that positively impacts the food system. Our primary target market is Gen Z females between the ages of 18 to 24 who snack 4 times a day. They're upper middle class, educated, eco and socially conscious, located in the Santa Barbara area, and out of the 15 interviewed in primary research, 11 intend to buy. This is an incredible opportunity for Caire to enter the market as a $14.1 billion industry with a 9.81 annual growth rate. Total available market within the United States is 1.26 billion. The serviceable addressable market within the Santa Barbara area is 640,000. The serviceable attainable market within the Santa Barbara area is 149,000. Primary and secondary research has shown that flavor, price, convenience, transparency, and holistic health are the key purchasing criteria of healthy plant-based snacks. PepsiCo, which is a company that owns Frito-Lay and the most recognizable brand, has transparency initiatives. Hain Celestial is also another established brand, but has lacks flavor and also contributions to holistic health. And Hippies is a brand that's most similar to Caire that has flavor and price, but it's hard to find, and there's reservations towards its contributions to holistic health. Caire, as you can see, is a snack in its own category, hitting all the target market needs. Manufacturing Caire snacks is similar to baking bread. We mix the product, we ferment it, shape it, bake it, and put it into biodegradable packaging. Initial production will take place out of my home kitchen that can accommodate 1,000 units per week with 1 part-time employee. And as production increases, we will hire more part-time employees. After the first year, we'll consider co-manufacturing our product. The customer experience starts by finding Caire where the target market looks the most: social media. They can then buy the product either direct to consumer at local retail channels, such as cafes and also sandwich shops. They enjoy the product and they have an option to scan a QR code on the packaging to learn about our transparency and social impact. Finally, they can compose the packaging. Our first year revenue goal is 150K by acquiring 2,700 customers and selling 64,000 units of 4-ounce snack bags. Phase 1 is planning, prototyping, and preparation that occurs between June and August 2022. First, we will get all our legalities out of the way. Then we will do a pilot test to refine our formulation at Collegiate Coffee Shop. They've shown extreme interest in this, and we'll get feedback, and we'll incentivize that feedback by offering them a discount at Collegiate Coffee Shop for their products. We'll then set up a website, Instagram, and email campaign along with 4 months of content, and we'll have our small local retail channels secured. Phase 2 is the launch, growth, and first year sales. It occurs between September 2022 and May 2023. We will produce 500 units initially of our flagship product that sells at $5.99 called Caire for You because it contributes to your holistic health. We will incentivize word-of-mouth referral-based system to drive organic growth of our product by offering $1 off to the referrer for every referrer they have. In December 2022, we'll increase production to 4,000 units, and in May 2023, we'll increase it to 16,000 units, as well as a line extension that includes functional snacks. So we'll take a recipe and add functional ingredients, such as lion's mane mushroom, to increase the functionality that elicits moods like calm and focus. We'll also expand into UCSB retail. Phase 3 is expansion. So we'll go to larger natural food channels such as Whole Foods and Sprouts Farmers Market, and we'll expand to other universities, including but not limited to Cal Poly and UCLA. We'll begin sponsoring music festivals and health and wellness events. As you can see, we've done the financial analysis, and the key numbers are $149,000 for revenue, expenses $129,000, profit $20,000, which equates to a 13.5% profit margin. Our marketing cost, because this is a newer brand, we really want to put our name out there, and this is something that we want to build trust with the customers too. We've in our expenses accommodated 50% of our cost towards marketing. Break even occurs in October 2022. We've separated retail and wholesale margins into discount and no discount. As I mentioned, referrers get a $1 discount. And between retail, we sell our product at $5.99 and wholesale $3.99. For the sake of liberal expenses in our financial analysis, we have assumed that we'll give a $1 discount to every single snack care bar package that's sold. Our cost of goods sold without a discount is 93 cents. Startup costs total $4,500, funding sources total $12,500. And as you can see, funding sources outweigh startup costs. And that's because Caire will operate at a loss until October 2022, and we have a buffer of $1,800. Caire plans to remain a private company for the foreseeable future, but we will consider being acquired upon our success. Legal requirements include a cottage food operations permit, a business license, liability insurance. We'll have regulatory and label compliance once we go to larger scale manufacturer. IP potential includes patenting our fermentation process, copywriting our value proposition as snacking and caring, trademarking Caire, and our trade secrets reside in our recipes. The team is myself, the founder, chef and culinary scientist. I'll be in charge of operations, R&D, and strategy. And I have 11 years of experience working in the best restaurants in the world. Danica is our resident food scientist and technical expert. She'll be in charge of HR and customer support. Kiki is our finance mentor, who is also an angel investor and has 22 years of experience as a film director. Logan is our marketing mentor. She has 7 years of experience working for food companies and also eco-conscious companies. And Dick Lamb is our score mentor, and he's had 3 successful food and beverage businesses. We've had some traction here. So we already have $1,000 of equipment that's purchased for this venture. And we also found out that law SB 972 is about to go into effect, which effectively empowers cottage food operations so that they can have unlimited revenue, and they can also act as a small retail store and miniature restaurant. We've also talked to UCSB retail channels, and they're interested in holding our product. And there's other organizations within the community that are interested in collaborating with us. So why Caire? So first and foremost, as a culinarian, flavor is king. And with my experience and also food scientist experience, we will deliver on that promise. This is a local-based company, and it also is a company that values triple bottom line impact. So we weigh sustainability impact as well as social impact. And this is a low-risk venture that can be done out of my home. This also aligns with functional food trends, and we have an incredibly strong team. So thank you, and happy snacking.
Ian, on the traceability side, with the QR code, are you looking to say where the source of the your raw materials and so on are coming from, as well as background? To what level is that going, and do you have to get specialist information from your suppliers to support that?
Most definitely, we'll be procuring ingredients that are coming from either organic farms or regenerative farms. And then also the QR code will take it to the website. So it shows that how many meals have been donated to the local food bank when we end up doing that. But we'll also provide information that communicates the link between food and holistic health, not only for our snack products, but for food in general.
Thank you.
How does the $5.99 price point compare to the price point of some of your competitors?
So this is a little bit of a premium, I will say, but after doing some primary and secondary research, it actually quite aligns quite well. So Gen Zers and millennials are willing to pay upwards of 40% more for quality products that actually satiate them.
Would you say that yours is it 40% more than Hippies?
Hippies sells at $4.99.
So just want to make sure, when I was looking at your slides, you'd mentioned earlier that you can make about 1,000 units a week, just yourself. And then was the break-even point also doing, it was about like 924 unit sales, is that correct?
900, yes.
So basically you can, if you sell 1 week's worth, you've got 3 weeks of profit there.
Yes.
Per month. Okay. And then did you say that the free meal is going to be at the local food bank?
Yes, so we've equated it to, so every $1 that's donated is 8 meals. So we say 13 cents is being donated to a local food bank every single time.
Hi, everyone, and it's nice to meet you judges. My name is Camille Viola, the owner of Decades Revival, a vintage clothing boutique. So who are we, and why are there embarrassing photos of me as a child on the screen? The seed behind Decades Revival has been planted since I was a little girl. From a young age, I stood out, as you can see by the photos. This was primarily because I didn't get my clothes from mainstream stores like most girls did back then. I got them thrifting. My mom would take me to thrift stores, garage sales, and I mean practically anywhere secondhand to get my clothing. And so 10 years later, Decades Revival was born. We are a clothing company that curates vintage for eco-friendly, eccentric personalities. And what are we trying to solve? The problem is that more than 33 million eco-conscious fashion lovers purchase vintage clothing annually, and yet 60% face the ongoing struggle with finding a wide selection of high-quality pieces that they fit. In fact, 60% say that sizing is the primary problem that gets in the way of their vintage experience. Decades Revival is a mobile vintage clothing bus that makes it easy and convenient for these fashionistas to find great fitting vintage that they love. We will also be selling our clothing in vintage co-op stores where we will rent a space monthly, and our online website. Our target market is mostly young women between the ages of 15 and 24 with a compelling desire to express themselves through fashion while caring for the environment. They are dissatisfied with the impact fast fashion has on the environment and garment workers, and they are motivated to help mitigate these effects by purchasing vintage clothing. So let me show you how our mobile process works. Step 1 is where they would be greeted by myself in the Decades Revival bus in a warm, energetic atmosphere. Customers are then directed to the organized displays by size. They are delighted to find that each garment tag includes key measurements that they can match against their own. And if needed, they can receive a complimentary measurement service. And to ensure proper fit, customers can then try the clothing items on in the Decades fitting room. And last but not least, when customers find something they love, they can make a purchase. And if you're curious about the process of our other methods of selling, ask me during the question portion. Behind the scenes, this is how Decades works. I handpick the clothing myself from secondhand shops. I primarily get the clothing from the Goodwill bins as pictured, the last stop before the landfill for these clothes. With each piece, I make sure to wash, measure, and tag the item. We are located in Sacramento, California, and this is where we store all of our inventory and keep track of everything that has been bought and sold. And it's a great time for us to enter the market because the resale market today is worth $24 billion and is expected to reach $51 billion by 2023. This market's growth is something disruptive for the apparel sector, where resale has grown 21 times faster than classic retail over the past 3 years. Our total available market is 1.6 billion. Our serviceable available market is 206 million. And our serviceable obtainable market based on my sales capacity is nearly 70,000. But with great opportunity comes competition. We completed surveys with 10 people in our target market, and these are the competitors that they're using to address their problem. Crossroads, Goodwill, and IMUs. The criteria that motivate our target market to purchase are sustainability, price, sizing, ambiance, quality, and service. But as you can see, Decades is the only option that addresses our target market's needs. Regarding legal and IP, for copyright, we would copyright things like pictures and videos and register later with the USCO. For trademarks, our business name and logo are trademarks that we will register later with the USPTO. For trade secrets, we would maintain confidentiality by limiting access to our secrets and record keeping. For our liability, we would obtain personal and product liability insurance. We don't have any patents, and for regulatory, we would get a business license, a seller's permit, and reseller's permit. So how do we plan on entering the market? Our go-to market strategy has 3 phases for our mobile boutique. Phase 1 extends from June 2022 to August 2022, and this is where we aim to test our mobile boutique, fitting room, and fitting services with our sales leads in Sacramento, California. We'll invite people who completed our research surveys to our soft opening events to get feedback and testimonials. Phase 2 extends from August 2022 to July 2022, where we aim to increase our attendance at our in-person markets by having at least 2% of our Instagram followers attend each market. We will do this by launching our promotional paid advertising campaign on Instagram to our target market in the Sacramento area. And phase 3 extends from July 2023 and onward. We aim to gradually expand our mobile boutique to the Central Coast and a few special events in Southern California. To reach this larger audience, we'll announce our plan to expand through paid advertisements and our collected email lists. And Decades has already created some traction. From April 2021 to August 2021, Decades Revival has sold at over 20 vintage markets in Northern California, and we've also been sold in one vintage co-op store in May 2021. We have sold almost 500 units over the course of those 5 months, and we plan to implement our new mobile solution in August 2022. Our goal within the next year is to expand to the Central Coast. As you can see, I've completed my 1-year sales forecast and cash flow projection, but let's get to the key numbers. Our average retail sales price for our mobile boutique is $30. Our cost per good sold is $20, and our retail profit percentage is 67%. Our average retail sales price for selling on our website and our co-op stores is $40. Our cost per good sold is $20, and our retail profit percentage is 50%. The total number of units sold in year 1 is nearly 3,500. Our total gross profit for year 1 is nearly 70,000. Our expenses are nearly 40,000, leaving our net profit at just over 3,000. Our startup costs total just over 12,000, and we are self-funded. We already have purchased and paid off the bus, racks, and startup inventory. We operate with a positive cash flow right from the beginning. We will reach break even for the year in August when we've sold 255 units, and our exit strategy would be to sell to an individual. Our team is just in the making. With me as the founder, I have been a lifetime thrifter with 3 years of experience in the industry with vintage and quality checking clothing. I will hire a bookkeeper and accountant through California Tax Boutique, which is located in Sacramento and specializes in small business. I have connections with a graphic designer named Melanie Scott, who I will contract a logo from. And I also have a mentor through SCORE, Greg Roosevelt, who has many years of experience in business and consulting and sustainability. So why should we win today? We are a low-risk business that has been actively pursuing our idea for over 12 months now, gaining great viability in the process. We have a growing community on Instagram of nearly 400 people, and a lot of our startup costs are already paid for. If you take a look at the screen, these are actual customers who purchased from Decades and took the time to tag us on Instagram. All of this demonstrates great promise for our viability for our first year and beyond. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation today. I appreciate your time, and I welcome your questions.
Thank you, Camille. And you can go ahead and unshare your screen. And judges, questions.
Thank you, Camille. I had a quick question or clarification question. On one of the slides, you mentioned tailoring or some sort of customization. Are you doing the tailoring? Did I understand that correctly, or is that a separate service that you guys offer?
I see. I think you're talking about our measurement services.
Yeah.
And we will offer those. And it's kind of just to give people a good representation of what their size is. Because honestly, a lot of the women I talked to had trouble knowing their sizing and not even knowing what a sizing chart was. And with vintage, it is a little difficult. So it's just sizing. It's not tailoring. But I do see that happening in the future.
Got it.
You were saying about the Instagram followers, you got 400 followers to date, and you were looking to get 2% of them to come to events. Is that based off that number of followers, or were you setting a target for a greater number?
I would say it's just for a greater number as we gradually grow, but that's more of a target to give us an actual number.
Okay.
You mentioned that your exit strategy might be to sell to an individual. Have you considered franchising or licensing your idea so that you could have multiple outlets of Decades in all sorts of cities that someone else runs, that they pay you like royalties for?
Yeah, I absolutely have. That's actually been mentioned before. And I do kind of want to keep it at a smaller scale for right now because I do want the quality to be there. And I feel like the reason people like the clothing is because I specifically curate it. And so if I were to do that, I would probably have to think about it a bit more, but I definitely have. Thank you.
Hello, judges. My name is Liam Escalante-Kemps, and I'm the founder of Housemate, a mobile app that connects renters and landlords. Berlin is Germany's capital and has the most universities of any city in the country. The problem is that over 200,000 students flock there every year, and over a quarter of them struggle to find housing due to the limited supply. Though this might seem like a landlord's dream market, they're often overwhelmed with applications and the struggle of sorting through them to find reliable renters. Housemate helps renters to quickly find the perfect rental they can call home at the price they can afford. It also helps the landlords to find reliable renters faster. Let's talk more about who Housemate is designed for. Our primary renter target market is Gen Z students in Berlin, the city where we are first launching. The age range we are looking for are like Gen Z students between 18 and 25 who need housing while they attend university. With multiple unit properties, Gen X and boomers are our primary landlord target market. Let me give you a demonstration of Housemate's step-by-step use. Step 1, renters and landlords purchase and download the app from the App Store. Second, they register and create a profile. Third, renters enter their preferences such as location, price, size, ideal roommates, and other key information. Fourth, renters are then able to see available rentals on the app and can contact specific landlords if they're interested. Landlords instead post pictures of their rentals and enter a description, and they can see every profile and contact the renters if they see some interesting profiles. Housemate demonstrates the promise of a successful market entry. The projected industry growth of the last 5 years was 3.3%, and the total available market for Housemate in Germany is $272 million. Our serviceable available market is $81,600,000, and the serviceable obtainable market for Housemate will total be $78,000. If we compare Housemate to other competitors like Housey, Roomster, or Erasmus, we can see that our product is the best because we are convincing in availability, efficiency, design, and price. Housemate is the only one who addresses all of these points. Housey might be our biggest competitor because they're already on the market. They are pretty convenient in terms of layout, design, and availability. And also they're already on the market and have customers on board. But their solution does not satisfy the users. After some research, the reviews were pretty negative. Housey promises things they do not retain. Roomster are also another big competitor. They are active in 31 countries, under them Germany. Their website is very clear and easy to understand, so you can find a rental or roommates pretty easy. The downside is, though, that you don't really know if the properties are real because some of them are not verified. The other downside is the price. They either charge you $9.46 fee per week or $29.44 fee per month. Erasmus instead do not charge a fee, but all in all, the quality you get from them is not worth it. Legal requirements we are going to address are professional business licenses and permits. Housemate is going to claim copyright on the app, including the app source code, design, and content. We will ensure that these elements of the app are the property of the company. If you use the app, we maintain confidentiality, and the data of the users will not be shared with any third parties. Data is going to be extensively encrypted and stored exclusively in German data centers and according to the strictest data protection regulations. The only person who can view your data is yourself. Nobody else has access to it. During our alpha phase from June until October 2022 of the app development, we will find 20 early adopters found through our customer discovery, market research, and concept validation conversations that we started in April 2022. 10 of the adopters will be renters and the other half landlords. The beta testing is starting this year in November until March next year, and the gamma testing in April 2023, so Housemate can be launched in August 2023. Stage 2 consists of launching the app and ends after 6 months. The goal of stage 2 is to gain 172 customers. After the first and second stage, the goal of stage 3 is to obtain 630 customers in July 2024 and a total revenue of $67,776. After we have attained our first year sales goal, the strategy to further expand our market reach, distribution, and customer base to gain market share is through ongoing customer-centric development. We are planning to expand our demographic target market to other big cities in Germany like Munich, Frankfurt, and Hamburg. As you can see, I've completed my monthly 1-year cash flow projection, but let's get to the key numbers. The gross 1-year revenue is projected to be $52,027. The expenses total $70,360, and the net profit is $34,667. Let's talk about the startup costs and the funding for Housemate. The total costs are $62,500. The main sources of the startup costs are associated with the app's coding and the design to develop the user experience, and the desired feature set, including integration with the Apple iOS release platform, third-party payment processing, and geolocation. Housemate will have 3 revenue streams in its first year. The first one is a download fee of $1.99. The second one is a one-time commission of 15% of the rent after a renter and the landlord got connected and a contract got signed from both parties. This commission is going to be paid 50-50 by landlord and renter. Also, every landlord has to pay a $9.99 subscription fee per month. And the fourth revenue stream is going to be added 1 year after publishing the app, and is going to be paid advertising, which will show up while using the app. The team for the moment consists of the founder, which is myself, and the coder and app designer, Johannes Kemps. I am going to be responsible for the management, marketing, and financials. Also, after the 6th month of app release, contractors are going to get hired in March 2023 for the app production, service development, customer service, post-sales customer support, technology support, and financial management. Now, I can tell you why you should invest in Housemate. First of all, the app is better than every competitor on the market right now. As I said before, efficiency, quality, price, and availability-wise, we perform better than the rest of the competitors like Housey, Roomster, and Erasmus. And not only that, Housemate is needed on the market in Berlin right now because of the high demand and the limited supply. Additionally, the profit is going to be very promising if you look at the net profit, the gross, and total revenue. So do not miss out on this chance and invest now. Thank you very much for listening to my pitch, and I hope I could get you interested in Housemate. And if you have any questions left, please let me know. I'm very glad to answer them right now.
Liam, on the you were saying that you have better quality and validation of the properties. Do you know how you would kind of do some of that validation to make sure you didn't get, rogue providers, let's say?
Yeah, can you repeat the question again? My bad.
Yeah, how do you ensure the accuracy of the properties that you may be listing?
Well, I'm gonna make sure to always have an eye on the competitors to see if how they're gonna try to develop their app or their website to make sure that if they make a step, I'm gonna make a step further. So my app is still gonna be better than theirs.
Okay.
You mentioned Housey being your main competitor. Are they also charging the renter and the landlord a fee?
Yeah, they're charging a 20% fee. So more than I got 15%, they charge 20%. So that's why pricing is worse than mine.
I'm sorry, for the renter or the landlord?
Both. They're split 50-50.
So they also charge to download the app?
No, to download the app now, but they pay, the renter and the landlord have to pay a commission of 20% after they got connected.
Interesting. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little more how you plan on marketing this in terms of getting the landlords to be on your site, as well as the people who need to find a place to live to know 100%. To use your site?
100%. I'm gonna try to use a lot of social media marketing, like TikTok, Instagram, and I'm gonna I'm gonna launch an Instagram business page, and I'm gonna try to convince to convince the renters and the landlord to use my app. And for example, for the landlords, I'm trying for if they are promoting my app, if they're, for example, posting a story and saying yeah, Housemate is a very good app, supporting my app, that they're getting a kind of a sale on the $9.99 fee.
Welcome, judges. My name is Madeleine van Zalingen, and I'm the founder of Elena&Co, an online fashion boutique with sustainable and ethical manufactured clothes for women. 76% of Gen Z wants to know for sure wants sustainable and ethical manufactured clothing, but searching for such clothing items is time-consuming. This information can be hard to find because brands are not always transparent about their manufacturing process. I experienced this myself, and that's why I wanted to come up with this solution. In the Elena&Co online clothing boutique, our customers will find only clothing that is sustainable and ethical manufactured, and we do the research and find brands, so our customers don't have to do that. It saves them time and money. Additionally, our selections are capsule wardrobes, so customers buy a capsule wardrobe and it has just a few items, and it will make a whole, and it covers a whole entire month of fashion, because you can make a lot of different looks. And why am I creating Elena&Co? Well, because I'm Gen Z and I've struggled with this too. And I found that I'm not alone, and I think Elena&Co is a great solution. Our target market are women between 18 and 24 years old in the Netherlands, because we start selling in the Netherlands. And those women purchase motivated by brand and sustainability and ethics. Okay, let me show you the customer experience. First, when customers are shopping at Elena&Co, they go to our website, click on spring collection, and there you can see all the items. Step 2 is you click on an item you like and you select the size, and you can add them to your bag. In step 4, you can see that where the items are manufactured. This one was manufactured in Poland. Okay, and the most of the clothing items are manufactured in Portugal and Poland in Europe. All the items are manufactured in Europe. Opportunity is, our total available market is $31 billion. That's about the population in Europe being women between 20 and 24 years old. The serviceable available market is $2 billion. That's about women between 18 and 25 years old in the Netherlands. And the serviceable obtainable market is $268,000. And we anticipate selling up to 100 customers. And there is 10% annual industry growth between 2021 and 2025. Our top 3 competitors are Naked, Numenon, and Boukje. As you can see, all of them are selling sustainable fashion, but not capsule wardrobe, and they don't show the place of the manufacturing process, but we do. So that's what makes us unique. At PN Legal, I won't need to address the trade secrets or patents, but the brand Jen and June we are collaborating with has copyright. Elena&Co will use trademarks, so no other companies can copy our name, and Elena&Co is liable for that and not the founder. Regulations include limits and environmental pollution, a law against child labor and other employment regulations, and minimum wage laws. We are selling sustainable and ethical manufactured clothes, so all those rules are really important for us. If we go to the market, our market, it starts with phase 1, and we find early adopters and keep them updated about our manufacturing process. We offer them 10% off their first order, and in phase 2, we want to expand our market, and for every referral who makes purchase, the affiliate earns a 5% commission credit toward their next purchase at Elena&Co. On Instagram, we will encourage followers to tag us with their photo of them wearing their Elena&Co outfit. And in phase 3, we want to collaborate with influencers and to drive brand awareness. And once the brand awareness is getting bigger, Elena&Co wants to open pop-up stores in Rotterdam, so we get new walk-in customers. Our goal is to generate almost $16,000 during our first year, and we anticipate that on average, each customer will buy 5 items because the whole capsule wardrobe exists of 5 items, and in total that would be $670. So we need at least 24 customers. The points we accomplished are that we found the sustainable brand Jen and June in March 2022, and we have put together our first collection, the spring collection for next year in 2023, and we have put it together. We have created a website in April 2022. As you can see, I've completed my monthly 1-year cash flow projection. So let's go to the key numbers. The startup costs in total are $38,000, and our funding resources are $39,000. The break-even point will be 243 units, and that would be 49 customers, and a revenue of $15,000 for the first year. So after 2 years, we will get to the break-even point. That's month 24. The retail profit margin per item is 49%. And our exit strategy for Elena&Co would be to sell the business to a colleague, because then me as a founder can still work for the business, but with a lower level of responsibility. But what if the venture fails? Then our exit strategy would be to liquidate our inventory and pay off the creditors and investors. Our team will be exist for the first year only. I'm the only one in the first year, and after 1 year, I will hire Sander van Zalingen. He will be the CFO, and he is responsible for the financial desk and is responsible for the financial state of the company. I will also hire Rodé van Beest. She is the marketing specialist. She is responsible for creating content and maintaining the website and Instagram account. And then we have Linde Zomers. She is the CCS, and she's responsible for packing and sending orders. And why invest in Elena&Co? We sell sustainable and ethical manufactured clothes in Europe, and we also have capsule wardrobe. So that combined, it's that we are really unique. Thank you, judges, for listening to me, and I'm welcoming your questions.
Madeline, have you identified the suppliers for sustainable suppliers, and are they capturing the information you want to be able to portray it out to your customers?
Sorry, can you say that for me?
Yeah, have you identified your suppliers who are going to manufacture the clothing?
We sell the clothes from the brand Jen and June, and their suppliers are in Portugal and Poland. The clothes are manufactured over there.
Okay, and they're capturing the information that you need around the traceability from an ethical manufacturing standpoint? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Will that company, Jan and June, do they sell their products on a website already under their own brand name?
Yes, they have their own website.
And will they sell their brand to other online retailers or brick and mortar retailers?
Yes, I found on their website that you can contact them if you want to sell their clothes on your website. Yes.
So you don't have an exclusive partnership set up with them yet?
No, not yet. No.
So on one of the slides, on the inventory slide, I think there was 33,000 or so attributed to inventory. Is there a minimal amount of inventory cost-wise that you need to get up and running and started and just launch the website?
I want to start, I have an inventory of 100 pieces of each item, 20 of each size, so that we have enough in stock to start.
Welcome back, everyone. So the judges have done the hard work of determining the winners. And before we go there, I just want to let all of our finalists know that whether you win today or whether you don't win the award, the Scheinfeld Center is here for you. You know, not everybody can get the award, and there have been a lot of students who have gone through the program and have not won and have gone on to start successful companies. So whatever happens, this is just the beginning of the next phase. And we will be there with you, whatever the outcome is. And with that, I would like to hand over the Zoom controls so to speak, to our judges so that they can award the winners. Judges.
Thank you. And I will be announcing the third place winner, and really excited to award this to Cynthia Rodriguez with Figs Finance. And
Thank you.
and just a couple things that really stood out for us. Besides your passion for what you're trying to do, I think you have the 3 pillars, but your focus on the investment pillar for millennial women, I think, is just very admirable and very forward thinking in terms of setting people up for success in their lives. Plus the gamification aspect and storytelling and your beautiful visual artistry that you're incorporating into your website, I think, is amazing. And we can't wait to see how your business flourishes.
For the second place, I'd like to congratulate Camille on the Decades Revival. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Such a wonderful concept. I was telling the judges before, my grandfather always seemed to be in fashion, and that's because he kept all of his clothing and just kind of brought it in. So I love the concept. The fact that you've already established kind of the groundings in on there was really good, and kind of bringing that online and some of your other concepts that you have there for the app and so forth. And I think definitely it's the right kind of time and market for that. Real lot of interest in that space right now. So congratulations and a great job on the presentation.
All right. And for the first place winner, we chose Caire. Ian, congratulations. So it was a very, very, very hard decision to make. Obviously, we were really impressed by everybody's presentations. So Caire was particularly interesting for the following reasons. One, the market that you're going after has a potential to be large. You do face a lot of competition, but if you're able to activate a user, they generally stay on for a long time. All right. What I particularly liked were kind of your approaches. We liked your approaches and your answers to how you're thinking about taste, and then also price point, and then also the scrappiness, where I think you're cooking a lot of this stuff in your own place, which is a true sign of an entrepreneur, where you're super scrappy and figuring out any way to kind of hack the solution. The other bit in terms of the interest demand, we saw hit peas in one of your slides. I have a lot of folks in your target demo on my team, and they're addicted to hit peas, and they're buying them, and they're hooked. And the way that they got hooked, they tried it out at school or in different places, and then somebody on my team is ordering batches and batches of this every single time. And the fact that you kind of understand that market, I think, is particularly interesting, because I think if you nail the taste, it's TBD if they're willing to pay that price point. But I do think that you're kind of thinking about it, if you have that flexibility there, that you have the potential to create something special. And so again, we experienced it firsthand, and in folks that really like these types of snacks. So wish you the best of luck there.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Congratulations, Ian. Wow, judges, you did such amazing work. Thank you so much for the clarity of your decision-making process that you described, and for awarding these 3 finalists with the monetary awards. And finalists, we will stay on the Zoom meeting here after we finish, and we will work together with you on the next step. And to all, your presentations were amazing, and it's been just such a pleasure to watch you progress. And this is just the beginning of more great things to come. So with that, it's a wrap for the 2022 Collegiate Scheinfeld New Venture Challenge. Thank you all for being a part of this. Judges, thank you again for your amazing contribution here. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. And we hope that this inspires you to take the next step in your entrepreneurial journey. And the Scheinfeld Center is here for you at SBCC, especially with online courses happening this fall.